actually start recording.
Oh, okay.
We're just saying it doesn't hurt to upgrade your look a little.
Oof.
Alright.
Ooh.
So, Death Battle, Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. Or Zatanna.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Scarlet Witch, I'm relatively familiar with. Zatanna, other than seeing the character, I know nothing about her. I assume she uses magic,
Yeah.
seeing as she looks like a magician.
Mm-hmm. You would be right.
Right? So,
Um.
oh yeah, Jeff's here. Say hi, everybody.
Hello. Oh. Yeah,
Does,
I totally knew you were recording.
yeah. Does everybody want to. Or, who do you think is going to win? Because I know you
No, I
probably
think.
know both characters more than me.
Yeah, barely. I mean, with the fact that Scarlet Witch, granted, she was like super juiced up on like enhancement shit. Scarlet Witch has reset the entire Marvel universe
Damn.
on her own before. But granted, she was like super fucking juiced up on, I cannot remember what it was, but it was some like cosmic fucking
Got it.
power enhancer thingy. I think if I'm correct, I think she was even stronger than the Phoenix Force, which is like one of, if not the strongest thing in the entire Marvel universe. But
Damn.
yeah, but
That's
it was,
saying
but
something
that
if it's
was that.
Marvel.
Yeah, but that's like I said, that's her being super fucking juiced up. I don't know if they're gonna have her get super fucking juiced up, but that's when she
If it
was
counts as
juiced up.
outside help, then it doesn't um,
Mm,
count.
It it
You
it
know.
it's basically like essentially. God, it's been years since I read it, but it was basically like Scarlet Witch getting the equivalent of the Infinity Stones, but if the Infinity Stones were on steroids. Uh, but
she had two Infinity Gauntlets.
it's bro, like pretty much.
All right.
But it was basically something not connected. Well, Zatanna, on the other hand, Zatanna, I don't really know much more about Zatanna. I know. Granted, I think she's beaten Superman in a fight before.
All right. That's a good
Um,
feat.
but here that's really not much because Superman's like other than Kryptonite, Superman is weak to magic.
Was he okay? I'm pretty sure I've heard about this. Like, is he weak to magic, or is he just not able to defend against magic like anything else?
Okay, so
Because he's
say
weak
I
to
were
kryptonite, but
yeah, he's weak to say I were to punch Superman, it would do nothing to him.
yeah,
Say I had a magic gauntlet on and punched Superman, but the gauntlet did not increase my strength at all whatsoever.
yeah,
Like, say the gauntlet just, I don't know, was magic and made it to
yeah.
where I could levitate, I would hurt Superman.
Damn.
Yes.
All right.
So like I said, it's really, it's, I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know. The people who write these characters, like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just weird to me. So, are we ready?
Right. Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play.
This episode is sponsored by The Northman and BetterHelp. The Scarlet Witch, Marvel's Crimson Queen of Chaos.
Zatanna, DC's magnificent mistress of magic.
There are those who wield the mystic arts like gods to reshape creation to their whims.
And there are those who just like to put on a hell of a show. Either way, don't mess with them if you know what's good for you. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay.
Though we may drift day by day in a world seemingly concrete and eternal, the fabric of reality is in fact more delicate than we might dare to wonder. Imagine every single iota of it, every star, galaxy, universe, all within the grasp of a single mortal woman. To control, Imagine the danger we're all in if you piss her off.
We don't have to, because her name is Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. As a kid, she and her brother Pietro were poor Romani, who were lucky enough to be turned into super-powered freaks by the High.
Yeah, they've already done
Unable
Quicksilver
to
against
control her
Flash, so
apparently new
about time they
magical
got the
abilities,
sister,
It wasn't long before
right?
Wanda lost control
Right.
and was branded a witch.
Until who would show up but the mutant
I wonder if they're
master
going to
of
bring up the
magnetism
fact that
himself,
Scarlet Witch and
Magneto.
Quicksilver have
Definitely giving off some big dad energy there.
So, to return Magneto's kindness, she and Pietro joined his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great name there, Magneto. Solid branding.
And it wasn't long before she traded her supervillain creds for a membership with the Avengers, which might have been a bit too much for poor Wanda because she definitely drew the superpower short stick.
By waving her hands, Wanda could create small random events known as hexes, subtly altering the probability of any event happening.
That's a cool way of saying she could do like one magic-y thing per fight and then be totally useless. An energy blast here, some telekinesis there, a force field if she's feeling frisky. Not exactly the same oomph as, say, the God of Thunder or the Jolly Green Worldbreaker.
Yeah.
But something strange was happening. Over time, her hexes increased in breadth and power, as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She learned to slow and stop time, drain and absorb energy, duplicate herself and others, teleport to different dimensions, and even strip others of their powers entirely.
Well, other characters,
It
they
was
still have to be on
almost as if there was
backstory at
more
this
to
point.
Wanda than just being some random science experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest trenches of character history. Jocelyn, if you will.
In reality, Wanda's powers weren't entirely the result of the High Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as
Who the
he's
fuck is
claimed.
this chick?
I don't know.
Some simple hexes, she might as well have been a god. Until now, she had merely been dipping her toes into the vast ocean known as chaos magic. Though her powers may have seemed to be the byproduct of science, they were in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Cthon, who attempted
Oh,
to turn
God.
Wanda into his future vessel.
Reminds me of my summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time,
No,
Wanda
what?
discovered she could alter the probability of anything she could think of, turning a mathematical impossibility into an absolute certainty, and vice versa. Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of cosmic order.
Yeah.
You know, that fiery space chicken that can destroy the universe?
Space
Wanda
chicken.
fought it, and even briefly erased it from existence.
At her height, the Scarlet Witch achieved total control over energy, the weather, the elements, your mind, your body, your soul, all of time, all of matter, and all of reality. She can wipe you from existence with a thought and rend the very fabric of the universe as though it were tissue paper.
She isn't even limited to chaos magic either. They might not have been what made her a god, but the High Evolutionary's experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy. Oh, maybe that's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
She's so receptive, in fact, that Wanda is the lone nexus being of the 616
Jesus.
reality, a focal point for the universe's magical energies, and one that belongs equally to all other timelines.
It's no wonder she was considered a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be a walking, talking Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, she may have the power of a god, but she's still stuck with a human's body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes. Though, she also survived being shot with a black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy. So there's that.
She does
What?
technically need to be able to think of a spell in order to get it to happen. So she could theoretically be blitzed, but she's also blocked Thor's galaxy-crossing hammer, kept up with dudes like X-Man who can fight within plank time, and even amp her own speed beyond the concept of speed herself.
Despite being far and away the mightiest among Earth's mightiest
better hope
heroes,
she thinks it
Wanda
first.
resented the pressure of her incredible power. She actually wanted a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because no one in comics is allowed to have a happily ever after, that life was taken from her by literal Satan. Not the last time he'd do this, too. Snapped, and she took the multiverse with her.
By tapping into an inconceivable
no.
and unknowable
Oh,
pool of
man.
energy,
I just
life
caught
force,
that.
Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life
Oh,
was just
God.
how she wanted it.
No matter whose life she had to change. In this House of M, she had her family back, but at the cost of her sanity.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down around her. Once her family and friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against her, she uttered 3 fateful words and erased nearly all of mutant kind. No more mutants.
Wanda
Shit.
weaved her magic throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the omniverse, and threatened to annihilate all of creation. The
She is
entirety
busted.
of Marvel's infinite cosmology. Everything that ever was.
Shit got dark, and while Wanda has worked to keep her powers in check since then, that threat is always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get in her way.
Both a blessing and a curse, a help and a hex. Such is the true power of the Scarlet Witch.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by the
Alright.
Northmen.
Remind
Wait.
me why you need
Oh,
people
wait, hold on a
like
second. They're
gods
doing an
like
ad in
Dwarf
between
and
them?
Thor.
Weapons of cosmic destruction.
That's different.
send me whiz, and this
Wait,
movie
you just
script
got
is
an
so
ad?
friggin'
No.
awesome.
Well, it's like their commercial.
Oh, okay,
Director
gotcha,
Robert Eggers
gotcha.
comes The Northman, an action-packed epic with a legendary cast of stars.
I didn't catch, like, I missed it for a brief second, but I didn't catch if they said that she was hopped up on whatever, because
I don't
whenever,
think they said it. Did
Right,
I may
whenever-
have missed it too.
yeah, whenever she did the whole, like, she basically created a reality, like a whole fucking, she essentially reset the universe.
Yeah.
The only reason why she was able to do that is because she was, like, supercharged with some shit. If she wasn't supercharged, she would not have been able to do that. Yeah.
I wonder if that's gonna come up in the results.
Right. And it was the same thing with how they just mentioned when she was like, no more mutants, and she like pretty much wiped out like almost everything. It was because she was still.
Yeah. There's a lot of
still
info, so
hopped
I'm
up
sorry
on
if
that shit.
either of us miss it. Everybody.
Come all to see the
And
magnificent
huzzah!
Zatanna Zatara, for never was there a greater professor of prestidigital performance.
AKA magic! Except Zatanna's spells aren't just smoke and mirrors, they're the real deal, so you're really getting your money's worth.
She learned everything she knew from her father, Giovanni Zatara, who put his powers to good use as one of DC's very first superheroes.
No joke, he's the guy who taught Batman everything he knows about escape artistry. He debuted
Wow.
the same issue as Superman, and the young Zatanna was more than happy to serve as his assistant, learning everything he knew about the cutthroat world of
And imagine being
entertainment.
Batman's teacher and something.
Oh, and
Right.
shit too, but the former is way worse.
She inherited her father's incredible mystical abilities as well. Essentially, anything Zatanna thinks of, she can make real. And she focuses this absurdly powerful ability by
Jesus.
speaking her desired effect backwards. Her father based this technique on the diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Because he was left-handed.
That's another theory. If you hate fun.
And Zatanna's apparently big brain enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one dude kept reversing time in the middle of her sentences, she started speaking in palindromes so that she'd still be speaking backwards no matter what. I mean, you know what they say,
No,
Will,
what?
go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hug.
With her magic, Zatanna has bent the laws
What?
of reality to her whims. She's transmuted matter on an atomic level, teleported across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions, read and controlled minds, traveled through and stopped time, and can even wipe people from existence with a single word.
It might not seem obvious from that hokey magic castle getup, but Zatanna is one of the most powerful sorcerers in DC. The time she battled the Time Tailor Zor, an old
Yeah,
man
I kind of like that about her, that she just looks like a
angel of God,
general
divine
magician you
In
just
order
see
to defeat
anywhere.
an opponent of such unimaginable power, Zatanna
But then she looks like
focused
this.
into shattering the
And does
boundaries of
this.
reality. She reached out beyond the very comic panels themselves and pulled Zor's entire magical universe down around him. She literally handled all of reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled it in her hands.
That might seem completely incomprehensibly impossible to us, but it's all a matter of belief. Literally. As long as Zatanna believes she can do something with her magic, she'll do it.
As she puts it,
Oh,
her
well then.
magic is essentially asserting one reality, then replacing it with another. This is similar to other magical characters like Dr. Fate and Green Green Lantern, whose powers have been stated to work the exact same way.
But it's not like any rando can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magical reality warping. Her mom was in actuality a Homo Magi, a subrace of humans that are naturally adept at magic.
So it's no wonder that
Well, okay
Zatanna
then.
became an invaluable member of both the Justice League of America and Justice League Dark. The Shadow the Hedgehog version, basically.
Zatanna harnessed an entire year's worth of sunlight into a single energy blast, created ruptures across all of space and time throughout the
Jeez.
DC multiverse, and has even claimed she's as powerful as Superman himself. Pre-Crisis Superman, in case you were
Oh,
wondering.
God.
Her only limit is her imagination and will. In fact, her backward speaking is mostly a stagecraft tradition meant to boost her concentration.
In a pinch, she can cast a spell with a single thought, and I doubt anyone's winning a quick draw with her. She's matched superheroes like Martian Manhunter, who's scanned every mind on Earth in a blank instant. Or how about Dr. Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely immeasurable
She
velocity
put
of
on the
God.
freaking Fate helmet.
Zatanna has fended off countless reality-shattering threats.
Oh,
like
God,
the
what'd that do?
Upside-down Man, primordial darkness that is evil incarnate, and the void beyond creation, Pralaya.
This shadow goop lady ate all of DC Comics, all of creation, everything. Gods, demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything. And Zatanna's magic was strong enough to hold her back.
And then, after secretly implanting Swamp Thing inside Pralaya, she weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
Zatanna
What?
tricked being older than God, and then blew her ass up from the inside with a whole new omniverse. Abraca goddamn
What the
damn.
hell?
Such is the almighty power of Zatanna's will. Should it falter, though, or should her folks
Who comes
be
up with
disrupted,
this
it could all
stuff?
come crashing down like a house of cards. Belief is a fragile thing, after all, and her powers were weakened for a time after she lost belief in herself.
And she's definitely got one big weak point. She's a huge daddy's girl.
Despite her amazing career, she has struggled within herself to live up to her father's legacy, especially after his heroic death.
And this MFer has died a lot of times.
Oh,
So
God.
Z's therapy can't be cheap. Especially after dating John Constantine. Oh, I can just smell the lager and self-loathing from here. Oh, wait, that's me.
Questionable romance aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional raised on one singular principle. The show must go on, and she'll always
Well.
finish strong with a standing ovation. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
Relationships are hard.
Zatanna's power seems a lot
Anything to go help someone we care about.
We'll go out of our way to
hackier?
treat other people well, but how often do we do the same
I
for
guess.
ourselves?
This month, BetterHelp.
Like, it seems
Yeah.
like easier to use as well.
Take care of your most important relationship, the one you have with
Yeah,
yourself.
Think.
but
I have no
that-
idea.
that's
Like, I can't tell for
easy.
sure.
Or even trying
DC
therapy.
has
You
always
are
been
great
kind of like,
assets.
we're gonna make
So
this
invest
person
the time
strong
and
as
effort
fuck
into
for no
yourself
fucking
while
reason.
Yeah.
BetterHelp is
Superman.
and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on
And they
camera.
basically do that with all their
It's
characters.
much
They
more
make
affordable than in-person
Flash
therapy,
fast
and
enough to
you
do
can connect with
anything. They make
therapists in under 40
Batman
hours.
smart enough to
Give it
do
a try and
anything.
see why over 2
No,
million
Batman
people
is
use
just
BetterHelp
Batman.
on
Batman's
He's
just
Batman.
Batman.
As this show
Batman is
sponsored by
Batman
They make
enough
him
to do
Batman
anything.
enough to do anything.
Off their first month.
Exactly.
That's BETTERHELP.com/deathbattle.
Alright, let's do this, boys!
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle with magic.
Whoa! Let's do this.
With magic.
Thank you. And for my first trick,
Oh. Well, uh-oh.
ta-da! You, what sort of two-bit sorceress do you think you are? Two-bit? Perhaps I was being generous.
Uh-oh.
All part of the show, folks.
Bunnies. Ah! Oh shoot! Well, that's powerful.
Right.
I'm just gonna. Oh, I'm just gonna make a Superman and a Hulk. Okay, that's. Hey, I was about to say like, hey, we're not gonna actually do this death battle, so here you go. Oh my God! No way.
Do you know the difference between you and I?
Whoa.
Well, I think the difference is presentation. And I know a trick when I see one.
Shit. No, my computer.
Right.
Universes. You can't run forever. Now
Jeez.
make like a magician.
The hell is all this crazy stuff? Oh shit. Oh Jesus.
I think I officially seen everything that the internet.
I think
can
she's
offer.
mad.
Yeah, just a little bit, Bob.
Oof.
A disappearing act was the first thing Dad ever taught me.
And for my final trick,
No more witches.
Oh no way.
And that's our show.
Oh Jesus. What the heck? Oh, that was actually super cool.
To die for.
That
Analyzing this
was
matchup was like walking on a tightrope. It could
dark.
fall either way.
Yeah, it's dark, but
Because at the end of the day, both these ladies could do basically
that's actually
anything with their
wow. I was
magic.
expecting.
All they had
I didn't know what to
do
expect from
was
this one,
see
but
what
that actually
happened.
that ended up better than
Totally
what I was
even.
expecting, at
At her
least.
peak, Wanda was able to threaten the
Right.
simple
I didn't know what to
both
think,
nations.
honestly.
And
So
at Zatanna's
wow.
best, she was able to hold back Prolaya, who could do the exact same thing. And despite some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are roughly equivalent in size and scope. All that was left for us to look at was their weaknesses.
While both were as powerful as one another, Wanda needed to tap into the life force to reach that pinnacle, and doing so threatened her sanity.
Let's take a closer look at the events surrounding
Huh.
House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
His wits against her mental instability were enough to turn the tide.
To be clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also, take her No More Mutant spell. As insanely powerful as it was to affect the whole of Marvel's creation, it wasn't entirely successful. There was still a tiny portion of Earth's mutant population left unaffected, likely due to interference from Strange and Emma Frost.
Against Zatanna, who was just as strong and not losing her mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that collapse, even for an instant.
On the other hand, Zatanna has managed to maintain her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet Witch, so she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
And remember, she doesn't actually need to say her spells backwards.
It helps with her concentration, but all her spells come from her mental impulses, just like Wanda. She's consistently pulled off non-verbal spells in the past, even against beings as strong as Prolaya.
In the end, Z definitely had enough experience
Jeez.
fighting smart, keeping on her toes
That was
to hang with Wanda long enough to get in a finishing blow.
Wow, that was a good
While there
episode.
were definitely versions of this battle that could have ended with
Yeah.
Wanda
Gotta-
victorious, Zatanna's cooler head and
Gonna see what they do with that
effortless magic allowed
next,
her to
though.
prevail.
I guess you could say Wanda never saw
Presentation, though,
and Zatanna
at the end.
messed off her.
It's like
The
wow.
winner is Zatanna.
See, I don't like magic characters. Like, I don't like magic-based like characters, so I'm not really.
Our YouTube channel.
a fan of like Doctor Strange
magic.
or any of them.
Badges and additional content, and a bunch
But I
more.
will say this:
Click
I've
that join
always
button
thought
to see more
Zatanna
info,
was
and
hot.
thanks so much for
I
watching.
mean, I'm not arguing there. Oh, no way. What? 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 There's no way. No, there's no way. Tanjiro doesn't stand a chance. What?
This episode is sponsored by The
What?
Northman and BetterHelp.
What?
I don't think we're allowed to watch that episode, though.
I don't think so either. Hold on a minute now.
Unless you're wanting Demon Slayer spoilers.
Yeah, like, I was gonna get into that too. There's no way I can watch that episode because there's no way I'm spoiling myself on Demon Slayer. But judging off of who I already know are like the top dogs in Demon Slayer, JoJo's way above that. Especially, hold on, damn it, was that Jonathan or Joseph? I think that was Jonathan, right?
It was Jonathan.
That was Jonathan, yeah.
Yeah,
Jonathan. While I think Jonathan, because I've watched up to part 3 in JoJo. Jonathan, while he's like the most basic out of all the JoJos that I know so far, like he's still able to keep up with the likes of Dio. Oh, what the heck? Kind of death battle was that? I mean, oh, what the heck? I don't know what to think about that. Like, I love Demon Slayer, but against freaking Jonathan Joestar, I have no idea. That might actually be, though, the first death battle I skip. Oh, hold on, let me actually change that now. Alright, so, yeah, that might be the first death battle I actually skip, because I'm not spoiling Demon Slayer for me. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's gonna be so weird. Does that mean I'm just gonna have, like, come back to this death battle, like, 2 years from now when they finally finish the show?
I mean, you could just read the manga.
I could just read the manga, but I'm not... I'm not reading the manga.
You stopped
could,
doing
though.
reactions.
I'm not doing anime reactions, I know that, but... oh, man, that's so weird. Oh, that's so weird. Because I was like that in general. I only recently started reading more manga anyway. I didn't want to get too into Demon Slayer as much as I love Demon Slayer. I've just been loving the anime a bit too much, you know?
Right.
Like that's why. That's partially why. Like I love the wow of the anime. Because especially the fights. The fights in, the anime are way better than the manga. But yeah, because I've read a little bit of the manga. I'll say that.
Right.
But wow. Like, unless some crazy stuff happens, I don't know how on earth he's going to beat Jonathan. So, wow, speaking of Tanjiro, there's something I actually need to do right after this. So, I'm going to leave that right there. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. See me in the next video. Peace out.
Adios, mate.